You know, it's so crazy to me because I'm asked so many times if I'm resentful in any type of way for where the WNBA is right now.
What Caitlin Clark's fans have been pointing out all season was finally acknowledged by Candace Parker, though the WNBA's veteran players weren't willing to accept it. The league, especially the commissioner, needs to take notice because the situation has only intensified. Even with hopes that a new season might change the narrative around Caitlin and her supporters, the double standards are now more glaring, the jealousy louder, and the resentment deeper. When it comes to Caitlin Clark versus her critics, WNBA icon Candace Parker stepped in and exposed the foolishness of the doubters. The truth is just plain common sense, and her comments cut straight through the noise.
Women's basketball for a horrible team when she arrived. Outside of LeBron and Steph, she is the most well-known basketball player currently playing in the United States.
Oh, yes. And I don't think that's close.
Candace Parker's comments help cut through the confusion and give context to the whole situation. Maybe now people will stop and think, because this season has made one thing clear. The louder Caitlin Clark succeeds, the more chaotic and self-destructive the league can appear. Let's break down Candace's words. They might be her most understated, yet powerful, pushback against Clark's critics and the WNBA establishment. But first, if you like this video, hit the like button. For the naysayers, each like is like a little dose of truth. They're going to need plenty after Candace spoke. For more updates on Caitlin Clark and the ongoing drama, make sure to subscribe. So, why is Candace's statement so important? Here's the main reason.
Play in these arenas where there are 15 to 20,000 people in the stands. They are in front of people that they haven't been in front of before. That is an opportunity for all of us fans to get to know all the players on the court, all of the players in the WNBA, to pick new favorite players, to pick other teams that we want to.
The WNBA is now experiencing unprecedented growth, and much of that momentum comes from Caitlin Clark. In the sports world, it's no secret, Caitlin Clark isn't just the most popular player in WNBA history, she may be one of the most admired athletes in America during this era. Last season's numbers spoke for themselves. TV ratings reached record highs, ticket sales soared, and merchandise practically flew off the shelves. Every measurable metric pointed to one undeniable truth. Caitlin moves the needle like no one else. This year, she's continuing to break barriers. Arenas are packed, attendance is at record levels, and the Caitlin Clark effect shows no signs of slowing. It's only getting bigger.
It's the second highest viewership, which is like average viewership. However, it was the highest peak of any game ever on CBS.
This season, record-breaking numbers of fans have tuned in to watch Caitlin Clark and the Fever. Even a preseason exhibition game against Brazil drew an astonishing 1.3 million viewers. Take a moment to let that sink in. Those preseason numbers actually surpassed typical regular season games. The season opener continued the trend, becoming the most-watched WNBA regular season game in 25 years, averaging 2.7 million viewers. Recently, 3.3 million fans watched her compete for the Fever against Liberty. But things took a sharp turn when she suffered an injury.
So the loudest mics, like I stated, are the ones that's race baiting. Not even bringing up the names, but all the people that I'm seeing that are tied within the WNBA media, coaches, all type of things. They are very resentful of Caitlin Clark, and I don't know why. It doesn't make sense when you have somebody that's doing what she's doing for the WNBA.
Ticket sales for Fever games without Caitlin Clark plummeted by 300%, leaving the rest of the league far behind, even though Fever fans kept TV ratings relatively strong. This should serve as a wake-up call for everyone, the league, the players, the coaches, and management alike. It's projected that Caitlin Clark could generate over $1 billion for the WNBA this year alone. That carries a serious implication. Just one major injury to Clark could halt the league's momentum entirely.
You, even though it's 100% false, by acknowledging we don't condone hate and not seeing that this was a internet rumor founded of complete bullshit, you're lending credence to this. There was no—
People might think they have the upper hand, but without Caitlin Clark, forget about the new agreement Nafisa Collier claims gives players leverage, or the CBA earnings Angel Reese expects on the horizon. Yet the league keeps stumbling. They twist themselves into knots, refusing to recognize the obvious truth about who's actually driving this growth. Instead of celebrating her achievements, they keep diverting the conversation away from basketball and onto unrelated matters.
And now that Caitlin Clark is injured, the ticket prices for the Fever and Sky game just plummeted to Hades.
Only a few games into the season, and Caitlin Clark and her fans were already facing repeated setbacks. The controversy began after just one game. Without solid evidence, the league launched an investigation into alleged hate speech following the opener against the Sky. By then, the damage was already done. Headlines were manipulated, overshadowing what should have been a celebration of an incredible debut and a league record moment. The focus shifted away from basketball, centering instead on controversy. Once again, Caitlin and her supporters were pulled into a narrative that had nothing to do with what actually happened on the court.
Kind of stuff that's being said to them, the stuff that's being said to Kelsey Mitchell, the kind of things that are being said to Natasha Howard are actually wild. People have taken a photo of these women and circled a bullseye on them and have said, "It's on site when I see you." Those are actual threats.
The fallout revealed that Clark's fan base could be hostile and that Indianapolis wasn't entirely safe for players. Some even suggested moving the All-Star game. After Dave Portnoy heckled Angel Reese, there were calls to ban him from arenas. Yet when it came to the real abuse aimed at Caitlin Clark and the Fever, the league stayed completely silent, offering no statements, no support, nothing.
Followers and outside observers, our organization's success might seem overnight and even lucky, prepared by a singularly exceptional group of college players coming into the WNBA. However, we could not have capitalized on those advantages without years of hard work and preparation. Years of hard work and preparation. It might have seemed like it came overnight.
These attacks weren't just offensive, they were genuinely dangerous. You'd expect the league, especially one that often emphasizes its stance on inclusivity and condemns hate, to at least speak out. Yet nothing happened, no defense, no support, no statement. And the situation only worsened. Social media fans, particularly on X, have even accused Caitlin of using her assistant coach's baby as a prop, marking a troubling escalation.
I think it's all about money, marketing, and we cannot deny what Caitlin Clark has done for the women's game. I'm not going to act like it's something that we don't see. She's had a huge effect, called the Caitlin Clark effect. Yes, have we ever had teams have to get into larger arenas to play against a team? No, we have not. So if we have more eyeballs on the game and Caitlin Clark brings that, why would we feel some kind of way because she has more television?
Caitlin Clark's impact on the WNBA has been massive, yet the league's old guard often downplays her contributions out of jealousy. Despite breaking 62 records, earning all-star honors, and driving unprecedented attendance and viewership, recognition is frequently given to others while she receives little credit. Legends like Candace Parker and Lisa Leslie, along with voices like Stephen A. Smith, have called out this jealousy, noting that Clark's popularity benefits the entire league, much like Michael Jordan's early impact on the NBA. Still, the league struggles to embrace the reality that her success elevates everyone, showing that common sense and acknowledgement from experienced insiders are needed more than ever.